Now listen to this. When Jesus arrived at the official's house and saw the flute players and the crowd who were making a commotion, he said, "Go away. The girl is not dead, but sleeping." And they ridiculed him. This is a passage from Matthew chapter 9, from verse 18 to 26, when Jesus came to heal the little girl, where he said, "Talitha cum." The crowd who were making a commotion. I want to talk about this word commotion. Commotion. What is making a commotion in your life right now? What is it that seems to make a commotion? And what is a commotion? A commotion is, in fact, is the two Latin words, com, meaning with or together, and then movere or motio. So if you bring them together, it's commotio in Latin. And that means a state of confusion or agitation, intensive movement. That is literally what it means, but it's a state of confusion, a state of agitation that often involves a disturbance or a period of disturbance in one's life. So Jesus comes here and there is a commotion, which means a confusion, noisy confusion, agitation, violent disturbance, tumultuous condition. So, what is making a commotion? Last week in my parish here, we had a fire incident that burnt down, it didn't burn down, but burnt our church and caused a huge damage in the church. And within that period, there was like a state of commotion around with different reactions, with different things happening. And that same week, I went to play soccer and I fractured my knee. And it's like the whole focus is on the pain, on the confusion that is happening within. But several things can cause commotion in our lives. Several things. Health, work, confusion and problems, children and their issues, relationships and disturbances or betrayals, frustrations around, finance and uncertainty for the unknown or what the future might lie. There can be different forms of commotion or forms of things that cause commotion in our lives. Where are you right now? Where are you? When Jesus came in and saw this crowd, they ridiculed him. The circumstance or the situation can ridicule you if you are not careful. If you don't pay attention, it can ridicule you. So commotion puts away your attention from the real deal. It takes away your focus from finding the right solution. It makes you to feel like you are overpowered, you are overwhelmed. That is what commotion does. That is what circumstances that cause commotion do in our lives. But Jesus stepped in and he took this little girl by the hand and said, "Rise, little girl, I command you." That is what Jesus does. So my friend, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what the circumstance is, but I want to tell you, do not get lost in the commotion. Do not get lost in the confusion. Do not get lost in the disturbance. Do not get lost in the agitation. Do not get lost in that storm that is blowing left and right at this moment. Maybe open a book of the Psalms and sit with it like David. Present it to the Lord and tell him, "In you, my God, I place my trust." Trust in yourself also that it will get better. Yes, it might have lasted, but it doesn't last forever. What lasts forever is the power, the strength of God, the joy of the Lord, which is your strength. Don't stay in the commotion.
God is in this story. God is in the details. Even in the broken parts, He holds my heart.